Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eye Mystic Tarot, back with another general reading for my beautiful and handsome collective. Hopefully, you all are doing very well, blessed, and highly favored. This is a general reading, so only take what resonates. Any sign can be significant. Gender is also fluid, so if I'm talking about a he, I could also be talking about a she. Same sense, same scenario, just flip the roles. If you're new to my channel, welcome to all of you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to all of you, all right? Thank you all so much for your likes, your shares, definitely your subscribes, your likes. So hopefully this resonates with you, whatever portion of it does or doesn't. Leave the rest for someone else who does, all right? It's simple, it's easy. But yeah. I already pulled a few cards, so you got somebody that's owning up to their bullshit. They was in their ego at one time, thinking it was their intuition. So hence the fact, henceforth, ego versus intuition. Somebody may have been, confident, overly confident. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you use that as a way to think, just because the way you moving is the reason why you getting things, the way you getting things done, the way things is going, without thinking exactly like how it's affecting other people when you being the way you are. All right. But this is somebody that, 4 cups, they could be afraid of you rejecting them. So I'm going to just show you the cards. You got owning up to my bullshit. They owning up to their bullshit. This is why this is going on. This is why this person probably had an ego death. They went through a transformation. They, universe, the Most High God, your ancestors, they done humble this person. They done had to sit with themselves more than they wanted to, longer than they have wanted to. All right? But they owning up to their bullshit. Yeah, somebody need to stop lying. I'm hearing that song, stop lying. Owning up to your bullshit. Anyway. You got ego versus intuition. Came out in reverse. So somebody definitely went through an ego death. Okay? They may have, like I said, they was at one time, in feeling themselves. Maybe, them being in your energy, or, a lot of the energy that they normally are used to being in or being around had them on top of, what I'm saying, the wheel, or feeling like, they was on top of the world at some point. Next card. Above, others. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling like everybody is beneath them. Next card, afraid of you rejecting them. They're afraid of you rejecting them. 4 cups. Like they don't know if you going to, kind of look back on things, and who not. You know what I'm saying? Even if a job wanna reach out and want you to come back and work for them, you still gonna look at why you left in the first place. And they know they're going to have to cover their ass on that too. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some folks, don't never go back in the system and make you uneligible for rehire, because they don't even know when they're going to need you. They don't tell you that no matter how you left that job. Sometimes some people know good workers when they see them. And they know good workers when they know that person doesn't, got to the confidence level of being more confident in themselves, of knowing they're going to have something better, and anything is better than how they being treated where they are. So that's what I'm getting in this, just off these 3 cards. Like you felt like it was better. You were treating yourself better, and you deserve better than where you were at a point, at a time with somebody, man or woman. Next card, mother is hiding their envy and jealousy of her daughter. So this is somebody in... This could be you, collective, or this could be for somebody in general. You know what I'm saying? In particular. This may not have nothing to do with every feminine that may be watching me, okay? But if you have had a connection with a mother, and I get in this connection is not a connection that you would believe. Most people don't want to believe that they have a mom that's like this. um, until you have had one yourself. That's what I'm saying. This may, we're gonna clarify it, but I felt like what I'm getting off of that card is that whoever this mother is, it's like either they feel like whatever decisions they made in life, that even though you may be making better decisions now because of, the things that you may have learned or had to see early in life or experience, growing up, it may have caused you to be a lot more aware, but ahead of your time. Like somebody's like got an old soul or something like that, and you may have been through a lot, but that may not be something that you get a lot of praise or reward for when it comes to this mother. You know, they're calling me anyway. Um, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clarify. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some clarification. All right. See who this is that doesn't learn they lesson. They done owned up to they bullshit. Like whatever it was that they may have been trying to not take accountability for, or letting it play out the way they did, as you being the reason why you and this person may not be talking, or whatever it is, whether it's a lover, whether this is, a friend, or whether this is somebody, that you consider, that you were really close to. And this could be your mother, okay? So don't everything have to be about a lover or somebody that you, really care about, and this could be a mother figure. So take it how it resonates, all right? Show me what I need to see. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Let's start with clarifying who this mother is that's hiding their envy. And this is a mother that's hiding it now. Show me this mother. Why they hiding their envy and jealousy of their daughter? Who is this mother that's hiding their envy and jealousy of their daughter, and why? Who is this mother that's hiding their envy and their jealousy of the Spirit? Show me this mother. Show me this mother that's hiding their envy and their jealousy of her daughter. Clarify. You got the Nine of Cups, Cancer energy. That's a Pisces, Scorpio, and then you got the King of Cups that wanted to fall out in reverse. They don't like your success. They don't like your, whatever you have done for yourself, the many obstacles you done overcame, a lot of the things that you've been rewarded in. You may have gotten a lot of rewards, over time. You may have gotten a lot of, success, that's coming to you. A lot of wishes coming true for you. And I feel like a lot of the things that you have had come in or happen for you, it's given like somebody possibly not feeling as though, like I said, they weren't where they needed to be in your time in their life or something like that. Or they may have felt like, having kids or something like that, something may have deprived them or, caused them to take a back seat, in at some point in their life where they had to like choose maybe parenting or something like that over their dreams or something like that. Or something may have caused this mother to feel as though like they missed out. You know what I'm saying? And you get to live a life like they didn't have or something like that. Or you're making choices, you're being successful, you're going toward things, you're going after things that maybe at the time when they were your age, they didn't have that opportunity, or they did and they may have had a lot of responsibility. Clarify the Nine of Cups. What's the Nine of Cups? You got Pisces out here with the Nine of Cups. What's the Nine of Cups? Mother's hiding her envy and jealousy. Yeah, you got the Four of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So they could have this somewhere in their chart, or you could be this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You got the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse now. So yeah, somebody wants some type of forgiveness now, but they could also be going through, them feeling some type of, way of trying to like strategize or something like that. Especially if they try to, in a roundabout way, like act like they not like that. You know what I'm saying? Or that's not, what they were trying to do, or they wasn't, that's not how something was or something like that. Because it's like I'm getting strategizing, like somebody got a new way that they want to come towards you, or they find other ways to kind of like make it seem, how some people will say, they picked up on something about your mom or something like that, just using it as an example. They may have been reckless in the past, they may have had, a kid with, they may have had you with somebody that didn't work out. And that person may have treated them bad or something like that. Don't have to be. I'm just using it as an example. And it's like, because them and that other parent didn't work out, it's like they don't have the best outlook on, raising that kid by themselves and what that kid may turn out to be. And the older that kid gets, or those children get, the more they are looking for or paying attention to, the things that they excel in, that, most parents are happy for, happy about, giving you praise and bragging about you, you know what I'm saying, and encourage you to keep going and stuff like that. But with this Four of Cups in reverse, it's giving like somebody, possibly there's a breakthrough here. It's a breakthrough. But I feel like when it happens, it's like somebody trying to find another way, new goals. You know what I'm saying? New things. And it's like something that they may have to, eventually tell you about. But they not feeling good about telling you that. Like if they have to tell you, or admit, like owning up to their bullshit. Like somebody having to say, like, all those moments I was like this and I treated you like that and I, didn't show up, I could have did more, I had that, at the time, and I could have did this and I just didn't, and I feel so bad, because I'm hearing, what I'm saying is possibly how somebody said it. And if it's not, that's probably how they're going to try to communicate it, or that's where their emotions are right now. It's like, even if they hiding it, it's like trying to find new ways to do that. But while proving that you're not like that. It's like somebody finding, it's like, oh, let's go to dinner, let's go hang out, mama daughter day or something like that. But that's like just another thing that they trying to do to smooth over the fact that they really don't like the attention and the good things that come to you. They may feel like things come to you, easy. They may feel like, there's a lot of success in the things that you go after. Like you always succeed. If you don't, what is it by Aaliyah? Is it first you don't succeed? Dust yourself off and try again. If you mess it up and try again. And I feel like that's where you are, or that's where you have been for a long time, growing up. And, seeing a daughter grow up, this mother, missed out, or they look at their life through you and what they could have been doing, but they may have had other things, like I said, that caused them to do reckless things. At the bottom of the deck, you got the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Justice. Yes, indeed. Like this person is sad as fuck. Like they got some gloomy days, let alone nights. Yeah. And I'm getting like, don't let the sun go down on something that, you on unresolved issues. That like, don't let the sun go down on unresolved issues. And a lot of the issues that your mom have had with you, they've been unresolved, and they've been trying to find ways to like deal with it, but it's in a reckless kind of toxic, low vibrational way. And how they feel about themselves, they may take out on you by feeling this envy, this jealousy, and they may have done less or like bare minimum for you. And lovers may have been the same way. You know what I'm saying? So for some of you, this could be a lover situation, but because this is like, a lover situation here, one of these people, because, considering the feminine in this situation, also has like an outside underlying issue going on outside of their love life. Okay? So there could be people that you love that you have, separate things going on with. Okay? You could have something going on in a lover situation when it comes to your dating life. But you could also have some issues, that is an underlying issue that you may or may not be aware of with this mother. Okay? So even if you're not distant from your mom, but you do still go around, or if you are distant with your mom and you love them from a distance and you don't have like the best relationship with them, or there's some things that have happened over the years that just kind of have, made you take a back seat from, family. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you where you are on your spiritual journey right now. It has maybe put you in a bad, I ain't gonna even say a bad spot. You may be the black sheep of the family. You may be the, the less called on, for the good shit, but more for the negative shit, because they, like to see you come in and rectify something, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody is a problem solver, but they only want to see you when you, they okay with you when you doing something for them, and you know what I'm saying? You hashing it out with somebody around about them. But when it comes to you dealing with family or this mother or situations like that, they don't want to see you coming for somebody in particular. What's this Four of Cups in reverse about? But I seen that Four of Cups when I seen that afraid of you rejecting the offer. So they trying to re-strategize, what's going on, or what they, emotions is, like right now, because this person kind of don't want to let what they really feel show. So it's like them trying to find new ways to come towards you or be a certain way towards you, so that, or do things with you so that you won't feel like, somebody that's envious or jealous of you wouldn't want to do this with you. If I was like that, like, why would I not want to go out with you? And, we go out to eat, we go here, we do this, I do that for you. But this person do the bare minimum. What's the Four of Cups in reverse? Like if you got other siblings, they do more for these siblings than they do you. So somebody in particular, like you could be the oldest or the middle child or something like that, whoever this daughter is. Clarify the Four of Cups in reverse. Clarify the Four of Cups in reverse. Because right now you got a lot of emotions out here with these cups. Yeah. What's the Four of Cups in reverse? Yeah. Ten of Pentacles. Like somebody wants to be, part of, something that you got going on or whatever it is that you got, that you're building towards long term. You got King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Swords to the Star. Like somebody don't want you to get to this. It's like you getting to something before them, or you getting something, you going towards something, or something is coming towards you in a way that it didn't happen for them. Like if your dating life, been something that a mother been able to see for a small period of time until now, it's like they missing out, or they, are looking at something like they looking at something like they window shopping. And it's like looking at something about their life through your eyes. But they can't imagine looking at your life, the way they seeing it without seeing themselves and comparing it to their life. The things that they did not accomplish, whether they told you some of the things that they not proud of, they may still be dealing with that. They may have some issues. This mother could have some, some dark things that happened in the past that they're not proud of. And it may be things that they felt like, is the reason why they can't step outside of that without being reminded of that. So it may be some traumas, or it may be some embarrassment or something like that, that they haven't overcame. They haven't talked to anybody about it or dealt with that. They may not have even shared it. But this Ten of Pentacles is about somebody, your stability. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be part of whatever success or inheritance that you are in alignment for. Like you're doing all the right things. And I feel like this is a parent that, wants to be part of your journey. They want to be part of what you got going on. But they are not your biggest fan at all. You got a man, with this King of Pentacles, or you could be in this, this masculine energy about, the things that you got going on, or this is like a masculine that's coming towards you, this King of Pentacles, that is possibly in and out of cycle, or this is a King of Pentacles that you may have closed out a cycle with. And you may have been guided, but I feel like, this is like somebody in and out of cycle, with something that was not, beneficial, at the time, like especially when it came to communicating something that was truthful. Because I feel like somebody is very bitter about some of the things that you talk about. If you talk about things with this mother, or you done stop doing it, like they don't like it. Like it's kind of bittersweet with them. That you don't, and you know what I'm saying, you don't disclose a whole lot of, information about your private life, your personal life, your love life, okay, financially either. But if this person, or if this mother is able to see you thrive, or if they getting wind or finding out or hearing, about whatever it is you're doing and how well you are doing, that you're not struggling, you're not bothered, you know what I'm saying? But I'm getting, this is a mother that has hid it for a long time. So they did the bare minimum, as a mother, because they didn't want you to, look at them like that. They wanted you to, have some memories or have some type of interaction with them where they can say, well, you had every birthday we always did this, we always did. I mean, they're gonna do the things, you know what I'm saying? But down deep, this person just wants to be where you are, and they can't be proud and happy and support you like they should as a mother, because they are like slick in competition with you, or they are kind of like wishing it was them than you. They miss a moment, to have a life, or be able to have the men or this man that's coming towards you be somebody that came toward them like this, and wasn't, especially being the way you are toward this person. Like if you had the gall to leave somebody that you really really loved or whatever, this is a mother that was not able to bring themselves to do that. They may have put up with a lot more, abuse, mental, physically, or verbally, or something like that, or just have subjected themselves and been way too vulnerable with a lot of the wrong people. But I feel like it's some things that went on in their life too that they not telling you. They're probably afraid of you rejecting them. Why are they afraid of you rejecting them? You got the Hermit. So somebody's doing shadow work. What's the Hermit? Virgo energy. Got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn out here so far. And Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with the 9 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups, you got the King of Wands. The King of Swords in reverse. With the 7 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Whoever this is, they're afraid of you rejecting them because they did not have they didn't have like good communication or something like that, and they didn't have boundaries in the past. Like this, may have been somebody that, like I said, they looking at themselves in the whole situation of different, moments, and they could be getting some type of mentoring done. They could be reaching out, to some type of spiritual advisor or something like that, a mentee, a mentor or something like that, when it comes to them possibly like getting some type of guidance, you know what I'm saying, as to like they actions in a situation. Like I don't know if they got a counselor, or this is them, possibly like, just accepting some of the things that they are seeing now that was an issue. Like looking at certain situations that may have came up between you and them, and looking at how you responded to it, and being truthful about what they did about that at the time. Like it's like if somebody said, oh, that person pissed me off, I'm finna go call Stephanie. I'm finna go, take Stephanie up on her off and just go out of town with her. It's like that. It's like somebody having to look back on the moments that they did other things instead of dealing with a situation and finding better solutions for what was going on, or how to express what it was that, they were feeling, or, being more mature about the situation. Because with this King of Swords, this is like somebody that, don't have no boundaries now, but they somebody that lack that structure. Like they may not have really had like a father figure, mother figure, or somebody that, gave them like a healthy view, outlook on, how to handle themselves when it came to women, or when it came to men, you know what I'm saying, being a man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is definitely like somebody using like, mental manipulation. Like this is somebody that will try to change you instead of working on themselves. And that manipulation is just natural to them, to like deflect, you know what I'm saying, and project. Especially if they, like I said, if this person remember you, they know you gonna remember, look back on them things that made you walk away from them in the first place. Yeah, especially if they thought they had options and really didn't, because they didn't know what to expect from them options either. Them options, probably those other distractions, may have been something for the moment, but those are options I feel like was given in just to keep this person around, whereas you may have just walked away regardless of what what hurt or what pain it may have come with. Ten of Swords. But again, this could be your situation with your mom. Like I said, they may have had, it could have been your dad, it could have been some boyfriend or something back then, or they love life may not have been as good as they wanted it to be. And maybe they choices in men, or maybe where they felt, they may have had some issues that they never talked about with somebody, and they, it kind of is unresolved, like some traumas, some relationship baggage, some things that they just feel like they may have been taken advantage of in certain ways with this King of Swords in reverse. Like they may have been, manipulated in ways like physically, mentally, emotionally, but I feel like it's a separate situation though. I feel like this is something with a lover, this is something with a mom, but it's definitely dealing with a feminine energy. And even if the masculine, in your life, in this past person being out of the picture now, this may be something that they, will be new to them for some of you, or somebody in particular. You may already know that, this about your mom. You know what I'm saying? But you have ways and strengths about you that this mother figure don't have, and this masculine didn't know you had it either. You may not have even knew you had it until you may have had enough. Enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? You got the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Tower. Yeah, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody knows that they wasn't cooperating, or they was not, making a focused effort, you know what I'm saying, to work with you at the time or do the right thing, especially when it came to you possibly like being past them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody was in competition with you, where you may have been intuitive. This person may have been operating out of the ego and thinking that, that was their intuition, but it wasn't. The person just had maybe the big head, where you were probably telling this person and trying to guide this person in a different, you know what I'm saying, in the right direction, but they making it seem as though they was in competition with you, or you was in competition with them, or some shit like that. Clarify this King of Swords in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse, I'm sorry. You got the Six of Pentacles that came out. So somebody now want to come in and give you this equal give and take. They see you as somebody very generous, very giving. You could have had moments or a time where, you may have had to be, you may have been somebody that was like a giver. You know what I'm saying? Like you've always helped people. You could have, participated in some charity events. You could have been at a shelter or something like that. Don't have to be. But this is somebody that possibly wants to come in and give you some type of equal give and take. But this is at a time where they, know that they took advantage of your generosity. Mainly. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Strength in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So like I said, this person didn't think you had the confidence, to make a decision and stand on it, and neither did his mother. But like I said, this is envy and jealousy, that you may already be aware of, not just with a mother, but just with people in general that you may not even be associated with anymore. So they're afraid you're going to reject them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right behind the Strength in reverse is the Empress. And somebody feels sad, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't see things about themselves sooner than, you leaving. And I feel like somebody now looking at, you know how some folks like you don't know who somebody is until you done lost them, and possibly for good. And it really sits. So if you've been hearing like, so pay attention to your music, you know, selections or the choices that you make, you know, when it comes to you scrolling, and you know, certain songs you may land on that may have a message in it that is this person's energy. Whether you want to hear the message or not, I'm just telling you, because I feel like the way somebody's starting to like look within, it's got a lot to do with energy. It's like them knowing and reliving them moments in their head, you know, one moment at a time. And it's like a lot of regret coming behind them looking at that moment like, damn, man, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I could have did something better than that, Lord, you know. Damn, because when I did that, when she said that, or when, you know, when this happened, I went and did this, man. That was fucked up, though. You know, because you know, that person didn't even, they was just like this. And I was just being like that toward them. And it's like now this person may go toward people now that all got somebody, or they all been lying about selling the cup. They all been lying about being involved with somebody, but that's what they did, you know, when it came to you. For some of you or somebody in particular. Clarify ego death versus intuition. Why is it in reverse? Ego versus intuition. Ego versus intuition. Why is it in reverse? Why is ego versus intuition in reverse? Got the 4 swords in reverse. Libra energy. Yeah, somebody exhausted. Like somebody's got a lot of, you know, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Pisces. Yeah, somebody done went through an ego death. Like somebody, you know, I guess when it came to you not talking to somebody, like they feel some type of way now. Like it's really taking a toll on somebody. But the only way, you know, for somebody to really get out of this, because it's like got somebody restless. This ego, this person in their ego, and you being intuitive, you know, you having this. It's like somebody now is dealing with some communication between you and them. That's how you'll know who this person is. Like there's no communication, no contact with this person, and it could be almost 3 or 4 years now. What's the 4 of Swords in reverse? Clarify the 4 swords in reverse. What's the 4 swords in reverse? Got the Fool in reverse. You could be holding back from this person. Or they in the past was holding back from you, or they were holding back, you know, a lot of things that they felt or something like that. Or this is like somebody at one time, you know, knew how they felt, but they kind of didn't want to express it, or, you know, go toward it or follow it in that way. And you got the Queen of Wands in the bottom of the deck in reverse. So this Pisces, like somebody could be dealing with a fire sign, or got fire in their chart. Air sign, you could have fire in your chart. Because this person, they feel like, you know, being naive about something. I feel like somebody is now like looking at how it feels to, you know, be the way they were. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was very inconsiderate about another person's feelings or how something would go. Especially if this person allowed themselves to like believe that, you know, whatever they had going on or whoever they felt like they were at the time was enough, you know, to make somebody come back around when it wasn't. and just say this is your mother, like you could be intuitive. This person may operate out of their ego. Like they may feel like, because they saw a certain way and they the one got this or they the one helped you with that. It could be a parent, a mother saying, oh, they got their hair from me, or they got their hips, their thighs from me. They got this, they got their eyes from me. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't even, people wouldn't even be looking at them like that. They wouldn't even be getting that kind of attention. They wouldn't even get those kind of offers and opportunities, stuff like that. Or if it wasn't for them, yeah. Because now, like, it's like, somebody definitely, was feeling some type of way that another person may have gotten like more attention for just being realistic and real than somebody that was like just having to dress the part and come off as somebody that got their shit together, or they, smart, intellectual. Because somebody not, like, they just an egotistical person. This is somebody that just feel like they're above anybody else. That's different than being intuitive and having intuition and knowing how to read a room, how to read people and stuff like that. This is somebody that will try to size somebody up based on what they do or don't have. Not the same thing. Not the same thing. Okay? So however, somebody else might dress the part of being, a smart or well balanced, well established person, and then somebody actually being mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually balanced. It's two different goddamn things. But this is somebody that held back. You know what I'm saying? Like being naive about, how taking that leap of faith was going to be, or what it was going to look like, or what to expect. Especially if they would listen to outside people, like kind of this, like this. Just say this is a mother doing this. If a mother was trying to like talk about, something in a way where it put a damper on you looking at how somebody, how a boyfriend or something like that may have done you, or, what that situation may have been like, or the fact that this person or, somebody they may know, or different people they know just keep cheating on you. They just keep being, karmic cycles that you end up in and things like that. It's like that being something that another person uses as a way to make, something that you got going for you slow down. Okay? But when it comes to a lover situation, it's like somebody actually feeling like the no contact, the no communication and all that. It's like, somebody feeling chronic, like burnout, like they don't, the no communication is like wearing somebody down. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they feel like exhausted, like there's some stagnation there. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you and this person, maybe, separated and went two different ways. Like somebody may have thought, being the way they were, like they still were gonna get to where they gonna still get to their bag. I'm still get to the location. I'm still gonna get to the, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna get to the back of the bus. So, you go your way, I'm gonna go mine. You use that, I'm gonna use this. And it's like somebody did that shit, and by them doing that, they caused them to hold back a lot from the connection. You know what I'm saying? Because out of fear, of taking the high road and thinking that the way that they were going was fine. Even if somebody was trying to convince them it was. You got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this is somebody that's vengeful. You know what I'm saying? Aries, Leo, Sag. Like this mother figure could have, they could be this Aries, Leo, Sag. They could have this in their chart. This could be a placement in their chart. But I feel like somebody definitely, don't want to, or they did not at the time, like want to accept, how something was going to turn out, or to expressing like how something looked. And like somebody, just went along being reckless, about how they, dealt with their insecurities about moving forward with you, about, believing something you were saying, taking a chance on you. You know what I'm saying? What's the Fool in reverse? Clarify the Fool in reverse. What's the Fool in reverse? Yeah. See, this person was juggling and they just coming out of some type of karmic debt, or, paying off some debt or something like that. They may have had some issues, financial issues in the past. They may have been juggling income or juggling people, based on their income and shit like that. Especially when it came to somebody, being vengeful, what I'm saying, over their insecurities with a decision that they need to make, or just, fear the unknown, like not knowing what to expect. But this two of Pentacles in reverse, like this is somebody that was out of balance. Like somebody was juggling, you know what I'm saying? But this is like, trying to commit to something and sticking to it and seeing the process through. But this is, what I'm saying, the inability to commit to anything, really. Like seeing something through. So now this person could be recovering some type of financial debt or loss or something like that. But it's, it's overcoming adversity. You know what I'm saying? Got the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. And somebody feel like if they don't make something right, they gonna regret it. Like if they don't turn back around, it's like somebody saying, "Damn, you get so far down the trail and your mind keep racing on, okay, if I make it to where I'm going, what if I never hear from that person again? What if they okay with me leaving? You know what I'm saying? What if they fuck around and they be okay that I'm gone and they don't want me to return, and me saying I don't want to return, and it don't happen anyway, like, okay, then what?" It's like that. It's like somebody almost looking at how something is, even if, they don't really want it that way. But because the other person may be 10 toes down on keeping it that way, the way it is, they may be stuck, with the decision that they fucked up. You made a decision of where you at right now because of their actions, or because of they delayed action towards you or toward this situation, rectifying the situation. Like it just further made it, more concrete for you to stay, in the direction you was going in, with or without them. So at this point, like, you could be paying off some debt now, or this is them, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So they could have been juggling in the past, could have been an opportunist. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like this is what they've been dealing with when it comes to them, being humble now. Because if somebody made it about, finances, if they made it seem as though because they got money, I can be this way, I ain't got to go that route, I ain't got to, move like this, I ain't got to change nothing up, I can just do this, I got money. You know what I'm saying? I can just get, somebody else that got this, okay. But this person going through some, a financial crisis now because they've been depleted of their energy, they've been depleted of their finances, right now. So it's like, that's why somebody now has had to deal with the no community. If you ain't been talking to this person, they've been catching hell. They've been catching hell. But they also feel like there's some stagnation, you know what I'm saying? Or they caused it, you know what I'm saying, with this juggling and shit. Now you got somebody making up a lot of malicious gossip, because they can't get the answers that they need to their questions. Got the Eight of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody fucked around and they stayed with somebody in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? They stayed probably with someone that was trying to tell them going the route they was going with you, or thinking about, what direction you went in was going to lead this person, in debt or something like that, or they weren't going to be faithful to them or something like that. Like not encouraging them, but talking them out of it. But now somebody, just making up shit now, you know what I'm saying? Because they mentally exhausted, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody can't make up nothing else, to really keep something, going. So they just, you know what I'm saying? Now like dealing with that exhaustion of like running out of shit to say. You know what I'm saying? To make this person, hold back from you, or make this person, believe that where they at is fine. Like, it ain't you, it's that person. And it's really that somebody just don't want this person to, see something different. Or they, at the time thought, whatever they had going on was all them, until you call it for your energy back. Owning up to my bullshit. What bullshit they owning up to? What bullshit are they owning up to? What bullshit are they owning up to? Three of Swords. With the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. In reverse. Gemini energy. Somebody is heartbroken, but I feel like, whatever separation that happened, over whatever reason, when it came to this separation, whether it was something that, you both, knew was going to happen, or one person ended up making the decision either by way of ghosting the other person, or just letting something wither away without any communication, being had. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was a lack of communication where you went weeks or days without talking, it's like you considered, kept something going to the point where you may have ended up blocking this person, or you just stopped, returning or answering anything from them. Okay. But it's like this separation, or, the heartbreak that they, dealing with now, that is causing some type of breakup or something like that between them and somebody else. Is like, or whatever didn't work out between you and them that broke your heart, it broke theirs too. But they owning up to the bullshit that caused this heartbreak, that caused this separation between you and them. Be talking to an empath, Queen of Cups, because they see you as somebody that think outside the box. Like, you don't think, and you're not a follower, of other people's beliefs and stuff like that. So I definitely could be talking to possibly an Aquarius or any air sign. But it's like somebody thinks for themselves, like they don't think, and follow the crowd like that. Clarify the Three of Swords. Yeah, Four of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, child. 444 could be of significance. 34, 43 could be of significance as well. And you got the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And this separation, when it comes to this, I want to say home or community, but this 4 of Wands is giving, like, somebody's harmony, in balance, and, the joyous things that they felt like, a happy home would bring. It's like somebody is realizing now, like, the separation that caused this heartache for both of you is got them, in a moment where this nostalgia is causing this person to have memories of the things that they most desired or wanted being something that they may have sabotaged or have missed out on because of a previous connection or other failed connections. You know what I'm saying? That they thought these people really loved them, or that they thought they really loved these people. They thought something was genuine or magnetic, and it really wasn't. Especially if somebody didn't believe that you could be beautiful and, a spiritual warrior. Like, whoever you are, like, somebody may not have thought you had brains and beauty at all. Like, how some people be thinking, what they, those raglass quotes they'll be saying about, everybody, what they be saying about blondes. I don't know how this shit go, but I know they got a saying that goes like that. I think it's blondes had the most fun or something like that. But yeah, it's like somebody basically thought of, the situation that may have caused a connection to end with this 3 of Swords. Like, somebody's heartbroken by how something ended. Like, what's going on. Like, this is, could be them talking shit, or the fact that they, lack of communication, or the negative or toxic communication that did go on, like, in this home. Like, somebody's, like, telling their family. I don't know if they expressing to their family, like why something ended. If they've been avoiding like the memories and stuff like that that they had with you by making up excuses or making up things when they go around their family for ones. Like this person knows what they saw when they had you, but whatever they been telling their family about this separation, they owning up to their bullshit. Could be at a distance from this person too. Like this person may travel for work, or they may have had to travel to see you, or however you met this person, probably through traveling. May have came across each other paths or something like that. Or however you met this person, they may not be in the same location, or you may have been not been in the same location you were lived in when you met this person. Like you may have been on vacation, take it how it resonate. You know what I'm saying? Or you were just visiting family or something like that, and you and this person crossed paths. Either way, you and this person ended up maybe having something that was stagnant because of the distance, or it may have been, some distance in there, or it could be some distance now, with the changes that didn't happen. But you got Libra out here, and you got Aries out here with the Four of Wands. Clarify the Three of Swords with the Four of Wands. We're gonna close out. What's the Three of Swords with the Four of Wands? Clarify the Three of Swords with the Four of Wands. Got the Tower. Somebody got a Tower. But I also feel like you're going to be in for a shock too. Why the Tower? Why the Tower? Why the Tower, Holy Spirit? Why's the Tower out here? You got the Nine of Pentacles. So somebody apparently, is having to accept, or they was resisting, change. And it may have been, at a time where they were trying to, keep something like from happening. You know what I'm saying? You know how somebody would tell their family, a lie about why a connection ended between them and another person. If they brought you around their family, they may have been lying to them about why you and them ended to save face. You know what I'm saying? When really you were self-efficient. Really you were already abundant, you know what I'm saying, in your own right. You may not have been, you know what I'm saying, somebody could be a content creator too. So take it how it resonates. I'm getting it. Somebody could like to wear blonde hair. Or could have blonde hair. But anyway, like sunflowers as well, or have sunflowers like on your desk or something like that. But it's like somebody telling their parents or their family or people around them, one thing, but they know it's something else. And it's like, even if somebody thought that another person was, truthful about what they were saying, they realize this is going to cause a tower when they go back and tell them exactly like why something ended. Because somebody's really self-efficient. Like somebody's really, very much surrounded by what they need. Like they already resourceful and things like that. They got good energy around them. You know what I'm saying? So whatever somebody, wanted another person or their family to think as to why this separation happened, why this heartbreak happened. You know what I'm saying? They may have said things, that cause a separation, like things they may not have said. It's not all the time what some people say, it's the shit they didn't say or didn't say fast enough. You know what I'm saying? But especially if like somebody had some type of like if they were married or something like that, or had something else going on, and they may have tried to have their cake and eat it too. Like they may have tried to, keep something, from coming out or coming up because of what they may have felt like they were going to lose out on, or what it was going to cause them, if they, made a move, if they, ended something to start something else. So somebody may have been, like I said, juggling, people financially. You know what I'm saying? Like what somebody does financially, like what they have to give, or what they got coming from, if I go in this person direction, what if they, ain't financially stable like so and so? You know what I'm saying? Like what if they don't bring too much, to the table like so and so do? Then so and so gonna be saying I left them for somebody that ain't got no money. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody's already self-efficient, somebody's already abundant in their own right. What's the outcome in this situation moving forward? What's their actions moving forward in this situation? What's the outcome in this situation moving forward? But like I said, take it how it resonates. This could be a mother, going through this with a daughter. You know what I'm saying? That may have had some issues like in their own life, in their family. You know what I'm saying? But it's also like somebody not liking the fact that somebody is making better choices, but they also dealing with the things that may not feel so comfortable when they do, and still being able to, get that win, that 9 of Cups, and get that success that they, entitled to. You know what I'm saying? Because they doing the work and they enduring, they staying the course. You know what I'm saying? Like they not letting, failed connections and stuff like that keep them, from moving forward. What's their actions moving forward? Shit, you can want all you want for a person, but until they want it for themselves, ain't gonna happen. What's their actions moving forward? Got the Justice. What's the Justice? Why the Justice? Actions moving forward. Damn. You got the 10 of Swords. The 8 of Swords, and the 10 of Cups with the Justice that came out. All right. Somebody taking accountability. You could have this person blocked, but I would say this 8 of Swords is, because it fell on the floor, and I want to say it fell in reverse. So let's just say it was meant to be in reverse. This person taking accountability. They know, what the cause and effect was in that situation, as opposed to like why something ended. And they part in a situation, even if they didn't do something right away, they still done been held accountable by way of the universe. You know what I'm saying? And you not using any kind of retaliation to like bring something, to this person's attention. You just have let time, time has been on your side. Okay. But this person wants a 10 of Cups. You know what I'm saying? And this is like a manifestation for themselves. I don't know if they forgot about this manifestation, or they forgot about, what it was that actually, they really wanted, and not believing that they would actually get it. Especially if they already felt like they was entitled to it based on the direction they was already in the energy they was already in, the mindset they was already in. They wasn't able to achieve that moving forward. Not without you. And I feel like this person then had to be humble, because whatever they told people in a community or family or something like that, it's something that they having to now go back, and especially if they were trying to keep a tower from happening, keep, some chaos and all that from, being stirred up behind, their actions, or what the truth was. You know what I'm saying? About somebody that they may have gotten involved with, or whoever they thought, their family or other people thought, didn't have this, but this communication, you could have had this person blocked. Your spirit team could have had this person blocked. but it's about this person actually, being where they need to be at in order for your ancestors, their ancestors to be, I would say your ancestors to be in agreement with this person like coming towards you. Because they may still have some things that they need to work on. But you could have this person blocked. But like I said, Eight of Swords in reverse, like this person could be, letting their negative thoughts and how something may be because they're afraid of you rejecting them. But they could be, just freeing themselves, or you freeing yourself of, the things that, may have made you block this person in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But you letting go of things that may have kept you in that negative way of thinking. When it comes to your 10 of Cups, or that's something you need to do. You know what I'm saying? You got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck in reverse, with the the 9 of Swords in reverse now, with the Judgment. So yeah, this person has some issues. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like has some issues. Let me get one for this mother. What's the outcome in this mother's situation? Jealous and envious of her daughter. What's this mother's outcome? Got the Temperance and the 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this person could be battling, some demons right now when it comes to like the back and forth, or like whatever they consider themselves, hiding from you. Because like I said, this person was in competition. They had some struggles, when it came to like how you move, how you, take action and stuff, and how things turn out for you versus them. So they may have been in competition with you, or they may have, had they choosing picks, with other siblings, that may have kept you and this person, or other siblings in chaos, or, back and forth, or kept you and this mom back and forth with each other. They may have put you in competition with other people, other kids and stuff like that, other siblings, But, this is, finding better solutions, rising above, the problem. You know what I'm saying? But this is also, cooperating with with your spirit team and working together. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you listen to your spirit team, you listen to your guides and things like that, like to find better solutions to problems. You know what I'm saying? And this could be them. You know what I'm saying? Wanting, to come back in and make something right. You know what I'm saying? But they could be, drowning in their own sorrows when it comes to some of the bad decisions that they done made. And again, that's not for everybody. This may be for somebody in particular. But you got the 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, somebody battling some, some issues they done had, back and forth with themselves about the actions they done took. You know what I'm saying? Could be a lot of disputes going back and forth going on right now. It's just that lack of cooperation, like somebody's, people not willing to work together. And it's mainly because somebody don't have the confidence, you know what I'm saying? And the confidence is in you. You are the confidence. So if you don't have confidence to brush your teeth, then they won't get brushed. If you don't have confidence to, go outside and start your car, however you start your car, then the car won't start. If you don't have confidence, to get something done with your hair, get a haircut, then your hair won't get done, your hair won't get cut. I mean, the confidence is only, where you apply it. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? But they going back and forth. Somebody is definitely like in some type of competition, but it's a lot of conflict. You know what I'm saying? That probably in disputes that done happened between you and this mother that, may not have gotten resolved. Because this person may lack that confidence to do some of the things you've done and make some of the decisions you've made. Especially if they felt like it wasn't going to be them winning all the time. Yeah. And they could have had a bad reputation in the past, growing up and shit like that. But, knowing that you're a daughter from a mom that you making better decisions than, don't sit well. You know what I'm saying? And it could be, that parent wanting you to, be a little more different, and more like how they were, so they don't have to feel so bad about where they at right now in their life. You know what I'm saying? You may have chosen a different road, a high road, you know what I'm saying, than this parent. but I'm going to end it here, collective. You guys make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button. On your way out, if you have not done so already. And those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.